What is going on, family? It's Jack from the Level Up Monopoly team here today to give you some of the few things you may need to get your real estate investing career going. Now, I'm going to show you some of the possibilities when it comes to real estate investing. And now remember, real estate investing is extremely hard, but it is the number one way millionaires became millionaires. 90% of all millionaires became so through real estate. It's because it's one of the best asset classes in the world for a variety of reasons, and we're going to get into it. So let's be quick. Let me show you some of the main things that will save you from losing tons of money and increase your chances of success. So let's get going. First, though, I want to show you some of the possibilities when it comes to real estate investing, because I feel like it is important to show you, what type of levels can you get at, when you're entering a field. So here we go. All of the flips that we do, we look to get around 100,000 plus in profit, gives us a lot of margin for error. And as well, sometimes leads to large paydays. So as you can see up here are two previous flips that we've done. Generally, they take about 3 months in time to complete. And we got one for 150,000 and another for 180,000 in profit, all in the same year. Whoops. And here we have two of our long-term holds. This is the cash flow per month on them, 3,400 a month and 1,000 a month. So just in 2 units, you're almost cash flowing over $5,000 a month. Think about what that could do for you, how that could potentially benefit you in tons of ways when it comes to alleviating stress, not being able to worry about having to, put food on the table every month or to pay that mortgage or pay that car bill. $5,000 a month could be life-changing. And as you can see here, it comes in just 2 units through real estate investing. Now, when you get to the bigger levels, like some people on our team, this is $30,000 in cash just from basement units alone. That will be cash flow off of just 1 month of rent collection, and you don't even include some of the other units that are a part of these houses. These are just basement units. There's sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other units that will be sending rent checks to us every single month. So the possibilities are endless when it comes to cash flow, when it comes to making yourself financially free. And you need to start thinking bigger because the possibilities are sky high. Another check here from a flip that we did for 65,000. And again, all you need is one quality flip, $100,000 plus, and you can be on your way to making a huge real estate portfolio. And we will get into how you can also start your real estate portfolio with 0 money down. But, one deal we're just trying to show you can change your life. All it takes is one. What do you need to start? Now, there's not very many things you need to start, and that's contrary to popular belief. A lot of people think you need a bunch of qualifications, but no. The biggest thing that you need is a credit score, and a credit score over 580. Obviously, the better credit score you have, the easier it will be to get loans. But the minimum you need is a 580, and that's very, very achievable. I believe it took me about 6 months to get to a 600 credit score when I first started. And now if you don't have that credit score, start with a secure credit card, a small one. I started with a Discover one. You could do Capital One, whatever. Just look up a nice quality secure card. Show that you can pay that off. All you need to purchase is a pack of gum. Put some money on it every single month. Prove to lenders that you are reliable and can pay back your debts when they are due. If you do have any major problems with your credit, there's a bunch of ways to go about it. You could do credit repair. Just start to make sure that your credit is in decent shape so you can be accessible to more loans when it comes to real estate investing, because that is really the only thing that will hold you back from building a massive portfolio. And then, of course, your credit history. The longer and longer you've had credit history, the better and better you look. Just shows lenders that you're more trustworthy over a longer time horizon. So again, that is really the only major qualification that you need when getting into real estate investing, and that is a credit score. The money you don't really need, that can be found anywhere, and a lot of these loans require minimal money down, so just get your credit score in check. Next, start saving some money. It's good to start building up some cushion because some of these loans, again, you're going to need to put up a little bit of money. Start to see if there's any areas in your life that you could cut down in spending to start saving for your first deal, your first flip, or your first long-term hold. A lot of people get overcomplicated in the money thing, just start to save as much as you possibly can in different areas, and it'll all add up. Maybe cut out the Starbucks or cut out the going out to eat on weekends. Just start to be a little bit safer with your money, because you could start saving up for a potentially life-changing real estate deal instead. Number two, or number three really, would be to find a lender who's going to give you the money to purchase these houses, because you don't purchase them with all cash. We use leverage. That's the biggest power of real estate. And at Level Up Monopoly, we do give you some of these hard money lenders and all the lenders that you need, all the people that you need, that we have amassed over our 10 years of real estate experience. So you guys are covered in that space. But if you guys are not in the Level Up Monopoly group, find a local hard money lender in your area that will lend to your state. We recommend Express Capital. They're amazing, amazing people. But if you don't want to use them, again, just contact some lenders, let them know your situation, let them know, what you're looking to do, and they will be more than happy to figure out if that is something that they can lend to, if your situation is good enough to purchase a house. But most of them will only be looking at your credit score, and these loans are based off of the asset. So as long as you're a good standing with your credit, they will loan to you if the asset looks good, if the deal looks good. They'll have no problem with some of these loans that we will be going over. Next, again, we're talking about these asset-based loans. A lot of people think you need to have 2 years of work history, business credit, this and that. No, you only need a 580 credit score. And if the asset looks good, they were going to loan it to you, whether it be a 30-year mortgage or a 6-month fixed and flip loan. They're going to lend to you if the asset itself looks good, if the deal works out. For these fix and flip loans, all you need is 10% of the purchase price. They will fund 100% of the rehab cost and 90% of the purchase price. So if you purchase a $100,000 house and you want to put $100,000 worth of work into it, all it will take is $10,000 down out of your own money, and they will fund the rest. If you can't find that $10,000, start talking to friends and family, let them know about what you're trying to get into, offer them a % return, and build from there. This is some simple networking that needs to be done to find that first 10%. And after you get that first deal out of your way, you'll have enough money saved up to fund these yourself. But start networking in your local circle if you do not have, the 10% that it would cost to purchase a fix and flip. And these DSCR 30-year mortgages, again, these are asset-based loans. So they're going to take a look at how many units there are and how much each unit will rent for if you're looking to hold this for 30 years. And is that rent that's going to be coming in every single month going to pay back that mortgage? And as long as that does, with a little bit of margin of error, with a little bit of cushion, say my mortgage is $2,000 a month, and I have $3,000 a month of rent checks coming in, they're going to lend that to me because I'll have $1,000 left over after all of my expenses are paid. They're going to give that to you 10 times out of 10. Obviously, your rates may be a little bit higher if all you have to show for is your credit. The more and more things you have built up for yourself when it comes to income and things like that, the better, the better it looks. But at minimum, they will give it to you if your credit is in check and the asset makes sense. So these are asset-based loans. These are what we use. Next to your research, real estate is a huge market and there's a bunch of things to get into. You want to focus on 1 or 2 things when you're first starting. There's so many different types of ways to get started in real estate. The ground you're standing on right now is real estate, and it is owned by somebody. We really got started with flips and long-term holds. You can get into commercial, you can own barber shops, you could own franchises, you could do whatever. But it's really a lot easier to get started in flips and long-term holds in your area. You know the good parts, you know the bad parts. So start studying that area. See if you can flip a distressed home or an underpriced home, or see if you could buy a multifamily in your area and hold it for the long term and maybe start collecting some cash flow. Again, look in your local area. It's a lot easier to manage a deal in your area. You know the good and bad parts. You know what will sell, you know what won't. And it's a lot more simple to flip something on your block. And again, realize what your goals are. Are you looking to build 100, 1,000, a 2,000 unit portfolio? Or are you looking to just cover your monthly expenses with 2 or 3 units? Write down your goals, make them clear, and go from there. Next would be to develop your team. Real estate is a very old school business. It's not like stocks where you could hide in a room, press a couple buttons, and make some money without talking to people. You need to develop a team. You need to put yourself out there and be vocal. Find some quality realtors, make some calls, find some quality wholesalers, contractors, attorneys, lenders, property management. What materials are you going to use? Again, we have all this at the Level Up Monopoly group, But if you're doing this solo, just go out there and simply contact people. Let them know what your goals are. Hey, I'm looking to flip houses. Hey, I'm looking to own long-term rentals. I'm looking for these deals, and be specific. And these people will provide this for you, but you got to go out to different networking events, call different people, and really grind that network out when you're first starting to develop a solid team. But eventually it just snowballs and somebody knows somebody, and the network effect is definitely real. But it's tough in the beginning. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. It may be tough for you introverts, but it's crucial to developing a successful real estate career. Next would be to run your numbers. When you're flipping, what is going to be your net profit? And I can't stress this enough. Be conservative with your numbers. If you think something is going to cost $50,000 to fix up, maybe give yourself some cushion with $60,000 in renovation. If you think you're going to sell a house for $500,000, especially in the market we're in now, maybe be conservative and assume you're only going to sell it for $450,000. Obviously, if everything works out, you sell it for your expected prices, but you want to be safe, especially in a market that's coming down. If you're holding something for the long term, what's your monthly cash flow? Are you going to be making over $500 a month? Because if you're only going to be cash flowing $100, $200, $300 a month, you're not going to be making much money, because what happens when a fridge breaks that costs you $2,000, and that's 6 months of your cash flow out the door? We really like to look for things that are going to cash flow $1,000 plus every single month to avoid things like this. And also, lenders are really not going to lend you things that aren't going to cash flow at least $500 plus. So make sure your cash flow looks good if you're looking to hold something for the long term. And of course, whether you're flipping, whether you're doing anything in real estate, save for those miscellaneous expenses, that vacancy, that random thinking that can come up. There's so many unknowns when it comes to real estate. So again, better safe than sorry. When you're running your numbers, be conservative, save, and you'll eventually grow a massive portfolio if you're not super aggressive. Finally, after you got your team, you got your lenders, you got everything in place, and you have an offer in front of you, make an offer. And again, understand that we are in a bear market. So make a little bit of a low ball offer. Doesn't hurt. You're not offending anyone. This is business. You're going to, make some low offers. People may get offended, but this is business. We're running the numbers. If there's no emotion involved, this is just a numbers game. So if I have a house, it's listed for 100,000, maybe I'll offer 75, because that's the state of the market that we're in. Don't be afraid. Send some lowball offers. It doesn't hurt. And eventually you're going to get something that sticks. So after you make that offer, have an exit strategy. If you're looking to flip, what's that sale price you can get it at? If your flip can't sell, can you put it on Airbnb and break even every single month? Could you get a long-term tenant in there and break even every single month when it comes to flips? If I'm holding something for the long term, how many renters am I going to have in my building? Am I going to be able to make a profit every single month? And how many, and what type of tenants do I want? Do I want students? Do I want Section 8? Do I want nurses? So many different things. You got to think about that in your area. What do you want to do? For us, we just put in long-term tenants on 1-year leases. We don't do Section 8. We don't do student rentals. We do a little bit of Airbnbs, but that's what works for us. May not work for you. And are you going to refinance this? If I'm flipping a property and I can't sell it, can I refinance and take out all of my money? Is that something that is going to be possible when it comes to an exit strategy? And as we can see, there's tons and tons of exit strategies when it comes to real estate. So that makes real estate such an amazing asset class, because it's very, very, very hard to lose if you do your numbers correctly. And then you rinse and repeat to build a massive portfolio. You do this process every single time, and you're going to be golden. Quickly, going to break down a previous flip. We purchased this one for $305,000. We put $150,000 into it, and we sold it for $610,000, which left us with over $150,000 in profit. Again, some of these deals are amazing deals and can leave you with some big money, but you have to run your numbers correctly. Are you going to be making $100,000 plus after repairs? If not, you may be in the red because fees add up. What if the market pulls back and there's so many unknowns? For us, that sweet spot is $100,000 in profit after repairs. And a current long-term hold that we have, purchased it for $275,000 in COVID, rehabbed it for $110,000, so all in for a little under $400,000. We refinanced it at $398 after we got an appraised value at $550, and now we're all in for $0. We have an equity of $150,000 while cash flowing $3,400 a month off of 3 units and a basement. If that sounded a little bit crazy to you, we'll break it down a little bit more in the group. But this is the possibilities of real estate. One deal, $150,000 in equity, and cash flowing over $35,000 a year. Absolutely crazy. So if you want to learn more and you're trying to figure out how to get started in real estate, come join us at Level Up Monopoly. We'll give you every single thing that you need, from courses to calculators, the whole team, realtors, wholesalers, attorneys, insurance agents. We got it all. Off-market deals and tons of new things coming soon. So I'll see you inside the group. If you guys like this video, expect some more. Come subscribe, like, comment.